Good morning, students. Here we are again with our new lesson, The Little Bully. Objectives of the lesson are: a student will be able to read with understanding. Student will be able to use new words and language item in proper context. Student will be able to look up difficult words in the dictionary for meaning, pronunciation and uses. Drilling of the use of article a and the followed by production in meaningful paragraph. The little bully. Do you know of any child who teases others or pushes them around? What would you call such a child? Read this story and see how Hari, a little boy, troubles other children. Once upon a time, not so very long, there was a small boy called Hari. Although he wasn't very big, he was strong and he loved to tease all the boys and girls who went to school with him. What he loved to do most was to pinch. He could make a big bruise appear in half a second. Another trick he played was pricking people with a pin. So you can guess how all the children hated him. They tried pinching him back, but that was no good because he could always pinch harder. They didn't like telling their teacher because that was telling tales. It has so happened that the class went for a picnic to seaside. For a whole day, all the children were most excited. The sun shone bright and all the children were wild with excitement. They crowded into the train and sat down, but nobody wanted to sit next to Hari because he always pinched them. When they arrived at the seaside, all the children jumped out with a shout of joy. Down to the sand they raced hand in hand, but nobody took Hari's hand. Nobody went near him. He was angry. He went to a sandy corner near a rocky pool and sat down by himself. He took out his lunch box and looked at it. It was a good lunch. There were 2 hard-boiled eggs, 6 jam sandwiches, 3 pieces of bread and butter, a ginger cake, and a bar of chocolate. He would eat it all by himself. He wouldn't offer anything to anyone. Just as he was beginning on the egg, he heard a hoarse voice near him. "Good morning. I'm so pleased to meet a boy like you." Hari turned around and stared in fright. Whatever do you think he saw? Harry saw a monster crab walking sideways out of the pool. His eyes were on the ends of short stalks and looked most queer. He held out his front claw to Harry. Harry put out his hand to shake the crab claw, but to his surprise and anger, the crab opened his pincers and nipped his hand so hard that the little boy yelled. Ah, here is my good cousin, said the crab pleasantly. And to Harry's horror, he saw a large sandy lobster crawling heavily out of the pool. Before the little boy could stop him, the lobster took his hand in his great pincer like claws and pinched it so hard that Harry yelled in pain. Then he stared at the pool in surprise, for out came Sandy Claude, sharpening the prawns, more crabs, and another large lobster, and they pricked Harry till he was soon black and blue with their pincing. Don't you like it? Said all the creatures in surprise. Why, we were told you loved to see us because you were a champion of pincher and pricker yourself. Come, come, join in the fun. Harry leaped to his feet, crying loudly. His lunch rolled into the pool, and when the crabs and lobster saw it, they ran to it and began to feast eagerly. Harry saw that they had forgotten him for a time, and he turned and ran to him for his life, tears streaming down his cheeks. They only did to me what I keep doing to the other children, he thought, but how it hurt, and how I hated those crabs and lobsters. Suppose the other children hate me too? Well, I jolly well shan't pinch or prick any more. Now, new words and meaning. Bruises. Injury by blow to body. There are many red bruises on his body. Horrid. Terrible. There was a horrid accident on the road. Hoarse, rough and deep sounding. I heard an hoarse sound in the corridor. Pencil, gripping tool. The plumber used a pencil to tighten the screw. Stock, main steam. He joined the stock in the company. Nipped, pinched. He nipped on his arm. Why did all the children hate Harry? Answer. You have many options here. Because he would not talk to anyone. Because he always pinched them because he loves stealing their food. Answer: because he always pinched them. Nobody took Hari's hand. Nobody went near him. Nobody played with him. This shows that Hari had many friends, few friends, no friends. Answer: no friends. Which of the following actions would make a friendly person? Tick them. Respecting other people. Yes, this makes you a friendly person. Eating a small child tiffin? No, it will never make you a friendly person. Calling people rude by names? No. Protecting a weaker person? Yes, sure. Protecting a weaker person makes you a good friendly person. Pushing a smaller boy and making him to cry? No. Mocking at friends and hurting their feelings? No. Helping your classmates in school? Yes, sure. It makes you a friendly person. Being helpful to everyone? Yes, it also makes you a friendly person. Find out the words which are opposites or are closest to being the opposites of words given below. Then write down opposites in the grid. Smile, scowl or frown. Happy, sad, miserable. Quiet, noisy. Strong, weak. Punish, reward. Now write in the grid. Scowl. Second, miserable. Third, noisy. Fourth, weak. And fifth, reward. I pinch anyone anymore. Shan't means shall, should, shall not, will not. Answer is shall not. Give the full form of want, will not, weren't, were not, wouldn't, would not, couldn't, could not. Hari was pinched till he was black and blue means Hari fell down in pain. Hari were bruises on there were bruises on his body. Hari painted himself in colors. Hari had a black and blue shirt. Correct answer is there were bruises on his body. A girl was sitting quietly beside him. Hari leaped to his feet. The words and tell us how an action is being done. Crying loudly, it tells us she was crying but in loud voice. Find out more ending in which denote how something is done. Ideally, logically, it means with logic. Gratefully, some action with great is definitely. Secondly, make sentences with these words clearly, merely, barely, doubly, drearily, brightly, badly, fondly. There were lost in their way. They were clearly lost in their way, were rolled along merrily. He smiled while talking to me wearily. We were going to work hard, doubly hard. He walked between on the roads to me drearily. The sun was shining brightly in the sky. I was badly starving in the evening. My parents spoke fondly. Complete the blanks with rhyming words of the following: bruise, cruise, creatures, feature, carriage, marriage, teachers, preachers, prawn, dawn, vowed, crowd. Question: how did the seaside creatures, the crab and lobster, teach Hari a lesson? Write in a few lines. The seaside creatures, the crab and the lobster, pinched Hari's hand in his great pincer like claws, which made him shout loudly in pain. It is only after this incident that Hari realized that this is what he has been doing to everyone and how it hurts. Question 2. Read these sentences carefully. I ate an apple. A boy is standing under the tree. The sun rises in the east. A and N do not point out any definite or particular person or things, whereas the is used when we speak of some particular person or thing. A, N and the are called articles. Remember, N is used before words beginning with a vowel A, E, I, O, U. Now, fill in the blanks with appropriate articles. Hari was unpopular boy. Hari was an unpopular boy. The boys and girls went to seaside for a picnic. Went to the seaside for a picnic. He saw a big crab coming towards him. I found an empty bottle floating in the water. The sea creature ate his food. Question 3. A crab has a hard shell, whereas a frog does not have one. There are many animals that protect themselves from their enemies with their outer cover, shells or quills. Circle the creatures with hard shells. In the box given below are the names of some animals, and circle the ones that can protect themselves with their hard cover. Hedgehog, snail, porcupine, tortoise, turtle. Now paste or draw the picture of any animal. Write 5 lines about tortoise. They have 4 legs and a shell. They are cold-blooded. They range in different sizes. The female tends to be larger than the male tortoise. They live up to 90 years. Find out the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. Turtle have flat back, whereas a tortoise do not have a flat back. Turtle can live both on land and water, whereas a tortoise lives entirely above water. Turtles are omnivorous, whereas a tortoise is mostly herbivorous. Turtle's shell is lighter than the tortoise. A tortoise can live up to 150 years, whereas a turtle can live up to 40 years. The children will do what the children will do in the playground tomorrow. You can make some hints from the words given in the box, like John will play kabaddi tomorrow. Here are the hints: badminton, jump, football, race, run, play. Is swinging, is climbing, is licking, is sliding. Now here are the sentences. Hari will play football tomorrow. Rita will run after the rabbit. Little Bittu will race with his friends. Mary will play badminton with her. Question 5. Describe what is happening in the picture. Use is, are, and ing to make your sentence. Clues are given in the box. Swing, sit, climb, lick, slide, kick. Mary up the slide. Mary is sitting up the slide. Hari and boxing her. Hari kicking and boxing her. Little Bittu a lollipop, licking a lollipop. Rita sliding down the slide. Krishna is swinging. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson.